We are rolling on November 29th here at UCLA, where it's a beautiful day. The sunshine is shining. Some of the students are eating, but all the computers and telephones are away. People are paying attention. Step forward, please. And Leslie has come to persuade us.
Hi, my name is Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
So imagine it's a beautiful day outside, just like today. You're at the park with your family, you're having an amazing time, you're laying down on the grass and you're just relaxing, you're at ease. And all of a sudden you hear this buzz in your ear and you realize it's a bee. You start to panic, you freak out, you get up, you run, you're like swatting your hands everywhere trying to get rid of it. You just want to be as far away from a bee as possible. Every time there's a bee around, this same scenario happens. Today I want to persuade you guys to be nice to bees and to take care of them. Bees are very important to us. They play a very important role to our environment, and I don't think we understand that. So I'm going to give you 2 reasons why, some actions you can take, and some benefits. The first reason I want to persuade you guys to look after bees and take care of them is because, like I just said, they're very important. They're hardworking. All they do is work. They don't sleep. They work every day and they take care of the queens and they just go pollinate our trees and our flowers. Without them, we wouldn't have the amount of fruits and vegetables that we have. According to the journalist Joe Robinson from LA Times in 2007, 90% of honeybees pollinate 90% of our crops. Crops like broccoli or cucumbers, cherries, everything. That's 90%. Imagine if bees were to die. We wouldn't, honestly, I just think we wouldn't survive. I think fruits and vegetables would increase dramatically. And I think people don't understand this. They're not seen as important. People fear them. And I think this worries me because we need to take care of them. This is our environment, and without them, well, what are we going to do? So the second reason I want to persuade you guys to look after them is because they're very nice. They're not harmful. People think they are. They think that they're after you. They're going to try and sting you, but that's not true. It's like, think about it. If someone comes up to you and they start being violent or they're trying to be aggressive, you're going to defend yourself. That's the same case with bees. So when you start swatting your hands everywhere, they think you're being aggressive to them. So they're going to defend themselves. And if they sting you, they die. So there's no point of it. Just be nice. Don't provoke them. Just be careful. And I can tell you this because my dad and my older brother are actually beekeepers. So we have bees in the back of our house. And never have I ever been stung by a bee. I will go outside and they can come near me and I just remain calm and they just fly away. They mind their own business. They keep doing their own thing. So I think just be nice to them. They're not going to do anything to you, I promise. So 3 actions that you can take. 1, I think you can support your local beekeepers. Buy their honey. It's known that many companies or corporations, they don't extract honey like the humane way. They will strip all the honey away from the bees, and they'll feed them sugar water. That's not the way to go. So, because they need the honey too. So just support your local beekeepers. 2, plant lots of flowers and trees, mostly ones that will give a lot of nectar. Like sunflowers or lavenders. You can go to your local, to Home Depot, or you can go to your local, nursery, and you can get the seeds for very cheap. 3, don't use chemical pesticides. Use natural pesticides. You can make your own, because the chemical ones hurt the bees. So some benefits from this is, you'll feel good, and not only that will your garden look very, very pretty. And this, like I said, this is our environment. If we don't take care of it, then who will? This is where we live. This is our home. And without the bees, we can't survive. So, in summary, I think I have given you 2 reasons why you guys should look after bees and be more nice to them. I've given you some actions and some benefits. And next time you're outside and it's a beautiful day and you see a bee, don't swat it, don't be aggressive to it. Just keep doing you, and they'll leave you alone. Because remember, they're working hard every day to give us our favorite fruits and vegetables.
Thank you. 420. Okay, let's start over here.
Hi, I'm Stacey.
Hi, Stacey.
I really liked your speech. One thing I liked how you mentioned that you actually have bees at home. It showed that it's really like personal to you, and that you're really passionate about it. I like that part.
Yeah, that really brought it home, didn't it? Her father and brother were beekeepers, yeah. That was good personal evidence, yeah. And unexpected. Yeah, good. Who woke everybody up? Beekeepers in the family. Improvement?
Hi, I'm Dolly.
What's your name?
Dolly.
Magali. Hi, Magali.
Hi. I really like how you led us to a visualization at first, picturing a nice day at the park. I think the only way you could improve is probably just slow down a little, because you had a lot of time left.
Yeah. Right. You had a lot of time. You know, you're supposed to be 7 minutes, and you went under 5, so you could have put in a lot more evidence. Leslie, let me talk to you about your speech. You started with, imagine a beautiful sunny day, you're having fun, and then a bee comes along and breaks up your sunny day, and you want to scream, and you created kind of a terrifying scenario, but then you quickly changed it and said, but I want you not to be afraid of bees, I want you to be nice to bees. So that was an interesting shift in direction of your scenario. Your thesis preview was fine. You said, I want to present 2 reasons, some actions and benefits, so that worked fine. We knew what was coming. Your 6th statement was a little light. You wrote here, people don't understand the role the bees play in our world. Without bees, we wouldn't be here right now. They work as hard to protect the queen while getting all the benefits. And we needed to say something more, and that they make our life possible to, meaning our life to them. Okay? Yeah. So on your main body, you said the first reason I want you to be nicer to bees is they're hardworking and they mean no harm. And they're just out there doing their thing, producing food for human, pollinating crops, etc., etc. And you quoted the Los Angeles Times in 2007, a little bit old in your evidence. It would have been nice if you had something more recent, but still it was a good quote. You cited the date and who said it. And you talked about that they're responsible for pollinating 90%, and stress that with your voice, so make your evidence come alive. And then you said, well, think about that, 90%. So that was good, and we wouldn't have all these fruits and vegetables. What you said, that makes me feel worried because so many people don't understand how important bees are. Without them, life would be completely different. What you didn't prove, Leslie, is that there's a threat to the bees, either from pesticides or some kind of virus that's going around. And I know I'm really not up on bees, but I read something in Science or something in the New York Times saying there were bee problems, and the bee population was down, and they weren't sure why. But I would have liked to have seen you cite that evidence to say we kind of have a problem and we need to be careful with the bees. Okay? Yeah. The second reason that you want people to be nice to bees is you said bees are not hostile animals, that they won't provoke you if you don't provoke them. And I guess that's true. You hear stories about these Africanized killer bees. What about them, Leslie? Are there Africanized killer bees that want to destroy animals and people, or is that a myth, or what is that all about?
That I don't know. I only know about honeybees.
About honeybees, okay. Yeah. And then you went into and you used as evidence your dad and your brother as examples of beekeepers, and that was unexpected and really good and made the speech really sticky there for the point you were trying to prove. Your concrete actions were consistent with what you were trying to ask people to do. You wanted them to support the local beekeepers, plant flowers, and don't use chemical pesticides. It would have been helpful if you had that evidence that drew the link to chemical pesticides hurting bees. Yeah. You had the fourth step, and when you perform these actions, you'll get benefits, you'll feel good. The food chain carries on. You get your pomegranates and your avocados and all those good things, your flowers, and so life goes on. Life is beautiful. Your summary, conclusion, and tieback were all fine. Your canais, you said move to the right, stick to the outline, memorize my speech better. How'd it go?
I think I did move more. Because last time I did it, I only moved like one step. But
Yeah.
I think I did move more. And memorize my speech better. Now that I think about it, I know I forgot a piece, and I think that would have helped with my time.
Yeah.
So, I'd probably practice it more.
Right. And were you timing it when you practiced it? And what was it coming out?
It was like 5 something.
5 something. So you could have slowed down because you knew you had 7 minutes. So you could have, put some more evidence in here about the problems with bee extinction, honeybee extinction. Yeah. So overall, you did a really nice job. I see you have your bibliography here at the end, so that's good. So you did a nice job, Leslie. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Where is it? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, good. All right. That brings us to Andrew. Andrew? Andrew. First to Andrew. Come in. Come in. Hi, Andrew. How you doing?
Tired.
Tired. Okay, good. Okay. Hang on a minute, Andrew. Let me put away the... speech. Okay, let's come to order. Andrew stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally, finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love, start your speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
So, back in October, my oldest brother, Daniel, gave me a call and asked me if I wanted to do a fun run for Thanksgiving this year. And I said, of course, thinking, short 5K run. And then I got the message saying, okay, we're doing a 10K. And so last week, I went out and did a 10K run with my oldest brother, which was the first time running in probably 4 months. And when I passed through the finish line, I walked over to the grass area, and I just fell down because I was exhausted. But when I finished it, I was very happy and satisfied with what I did. And so today, I'm going to try to persuade you to go out and exercise regularly every week. And so recently, human beings have regressed from what they're naturally born to do, which is get up and move. We've been hibernating at our desks, say last night working on a 24-page essay that was due today. And it's regressed from what we're meant to do, get up and move. And so today I'll give you 2 reasons and 3 concrete options that you can do in order to act on this idea. The first reason why I want you to go out and exercise regularly is sedentary diseases have become an epidemic in the United States. In the past 50 years, the number of people who have been diagnosed with diabetes has increased from 1 in 100 people in the United States to 1 in 10. And in 2014 alone, there were 1.4 million people that were diagnosed with diabetes, and 29.1 million people overall diagnosed in the United States. And this statistic makes me feel horrified. Imagine you're walking around UCLA, and for every 10 people that you see, one of them is either missing an arm, a leg, or is blind. And these are consequences of what happens to people who are diabetic. They possibly lose a limb, they lose their vision, and their life is drastically affected. And this is horrifying for me to think about. The second reason why I want you to go out and exercise regularly is because it'll give you more energy and it'll make you more focused on your work. Every day we're hibernated in the library or stuck at our desk working on our schoolwork or studying for exams. And it gets to the point where you just want to get up and go for a run, go to the gym, go play basketball. It's simple. And when you come back, you're refreshed, you're ready to tackle your work, and you're more focused than you were before. And so whenever I do that, I feel happy when I come back to my desk after working out or going playing basketball or going for a run with my friends. And third, I'm going to give you 3 concrete options that you can do in order to achieve, to go out and exercise regularly. First is to grab a friend. Have them keep you accountable. So tell them, let's go to the gym these days of the week, and we'll make sure each other sticks to that. Second is to keep a journal. You can keep a journal and set tangible goals every day. Say, I'm going to go for a run this far. I'm going to work out for this long. I'm going to lift this much weight. It sets a goal, and when you finish that, you feel that you've achieved something every day. And lastly, you can sign up for a class at the gym. The John Wooden Center holds multiple classes every day that are either very affordable or even free. And it gives you the chance to work out, do different exercises, do different activities that don't even feel like exercising, they just feel like fun. And when you finish this, you'll feel accomplished and more focused and energized and happy at the end, after you do this and ready to tackle the rest of your day. And so, in conclusion, I've given you 2 reasons and 3 options that you can do in order to go out and exercise regularly. There's no doubt in this room that you should feel that it is necessary to go out and do this on a weekly basis. And as I finished the race and was passed out on the lawn, I couldn't do anything but smile because I felt happy and energized and ready to go eat a giant bird for dinner. Thank you.
453. Thank you. In the rear here.
Hi, my name's Michaela.
Hi, Michaela.
I thought you did a really good job on your speech. I really liked how you seemed really passionate about the 10K run you did over Thanksgiving break and regularly exercising, making it fun and not like a chore. And I thought that your speech had a good flow to it because you exercise is really kind of passionate about what you were trying to persuade.
Thank you. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
I agree with what she said, but definitely practice a little bit more. I think you were in your head, so like you're trying to remember it and then say it, and like so there were the pauses, you know, that were like a little awkward and not fun.
Yeah. And you had a good, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes that you could fill in for more information and more studies and more statistics and more facts to firm the speech up, because you were given 5 to 7 minutes. So use it. Use the time you're given to be persuasive. Well, Andrew, I liked your speech. You started with a unexpected thing. Your brother tricked you into going running, and it turned out to be a long run, but you made it, and you collapsed on the ground, and it felt good. So that was sort of a fun beginning. You segued into the fact that you wanted to persuade us to exercise regularly. You said you'll give us 2 reasons and offer some actions. But remember to say, and benefits. So don't forget the benefits, because that's often what sells your audience in the persuasive mode. As for your significant statement, little light on that thing there. And you wrote, as human beings, we were made to get up and move around, but that has rapidly regressed as we hibernated our desks, especially with finals a week away. So that would have been good to say, and say to your audience, get up and move, you're hibernating now. On your first reason why you want to persuade people to exercise regularly, you cited statistics, right? Unfortunately, when you watch yourself tonight on YouTube, you will see you failed to say where the statistics came from and the date. They were from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and they were in 2014. And that would have given it more credibility, see? You went on to say 1 in 100, 1 in 10, and you broke them down to make them seem more realistic. And I like the way you added, I'm horrified by these statistics, so you put your feelings into the statistics, so you didn't just state them. I would ask you, do you remember what your sticky text said is the optimal way to deal with statistics when you're arguing them or putting them in a speech?
It said to make it more concrete and humanize them.
Yes. And do you feel you did that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. And you said 1 in 100, and if you had somebody that you knew, that would really have humanized it. See? Yeah. So on your second reason that you want people to exercise regularly, and restate what you want them to do again in a bold voice, underlined, so we have what's clear what you're trying to persuade people to do. You go into this stuck in the library studying all day, and you need to get up and move around, and you said, when I do this, I feel good. So you used yourself as evidence, and this is a place where you could have presented some more evidence of just a quick walk around the library or walk around the building can regenerate you and get some energy going from studies and things like that. On your concrete actions, you proposed getting a friend, a study buddy, as it were, or a exercise buddy to sort of keep you honest and keep you exercising. I thought that was excellent. Keeping a journal and signing up for a gym class. These were all excellent ideas for your audience and things that they could actually do fairly easily. So they were concrete enough, and they weren't something, way abstract or way out of reach but they couldn't be done. What I would have liked you to have said is more of the words benefits when you got to the next section. And there'll be great benefits when you perform these actions. You feel happy, you'll be energized, you're just going to love how you feel. And those are benefits you want to enjoy. See? Yeah. Your summary was fine, your conclusion was fine, and you tied back to your 6.2-mile run and collapsing on the ground, but now you're ready to do it again. Your canais, you said, don't stumble on my words, know what to say next, and don't get lost among my words. Have better word economy in order to do this. 2, put more emphasis on specific words during my delivery. Avoid speaking in a monotone. 3, appeal to the audience's emotion. This speech is to get people to act. In order to get this, I need more appeal to their emotions, especially my reason to persuade them to act. Talk to me about your 3 canais and how well you feel you achieved them.
The first one, like she said, I think I was trying to remember it, so I was stumbling on my words again. The second one, I felt, especially during my first reason, when I said I was horrified.
Yeah.
I felt that I really emphasized that, and it came off and helped with my last one, which kind of grabbed their emotions and helped with that.
Okay, yeah, good. I think that it's a very tough and personal thing when you're talking to people about exercising more, or losing weight. It's a thing that everyone has to personally decide to do to overcome their lethargy, to get up off the couch and move, and get out of the room and move. And so that's sort of what you're up against. And so if there's anything you can say to motivate them to change is going to be persuasive. Okay? Nice job, Andrew. Thank you. Yes. This is the roll sheet. Okay. Thank you. Good. Okay. That will bring us to Michaela. Hi, Michaela.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You need the stapler, eh?
Sorry.
Are you losing your boots? Okay. Let me get you in focus. Kayla stands before you, managing attention. Yeah, close that evil computer. Fighting friendly eyes to the front and the center. Just get in the power stance, feet wider than your shoulders. Yes, don't go a bit, come up forward a little bit more. Just don't go beyond the front of that green line. Oh. Uh-oh. There goes my alphabetical order. We have to do something about that. What are we going to do? Okay, I got an idea. There's a delay. Ask her about her party.
Your party? You had a party? Well, I hope you had fun regardless of party or not.
Okay. Michaela stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally, fighting friendly eyes near the front and center. Say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hello, my name's Michaela.
Hi, Michaela.
Okay. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4. Whether you're 21 or you're still yet to turn of age, as college students and young maturing millennials, everyone should be, or probably is, familiar with the typical college party scene. Lots of people in a dark, crowded room, dancing, everyone seeming to have a good time, alcohol in red cups everywhere. Today, I want to persuade you not to choose not to drink alcohol, but rather to drink alcohol responsibly, and also to never ever drink and drive under the influence of alcohol. Today I will be presenting to you 2 reasons, 3 actions, and the benefits that will follow for you choosing to be a responsible drinker. The first reason that I want to persuade to you as to why choosing to drink alcohol responsibly is an important aspect of your life is that I have had friends who have suffered from not actually drinking alcohol responsibly. One of my friends from high school, JJ, on the last day of senior year of high school, had a lot to drink, a very much large amount of alcohol, and decided to jump into a shallow pool after having all these alcoholic drinks, became paralyzed, and was affected for the rest of his life. JJ was supposed to walk at graduation the next day, and he can't even walk for the rest of his life because he chose to drink too much alcohol and wasn't responsible with the amount of alcohol he had to drink. And the reason I feel so strongly about this persuasion to you today is that JJ was a good friend of mine, and he had so many opportunities ahead of him in life that he'll never be able to achieve because he chose to drink. He chose to not be responsible, and he chose to drink too much. JJ was supposed to play college football at a prestigious California State University, and he was going on to study medical engineering at that same university, but he'll never get the opportunity to because of just one instance where he was not responsible with what he had to drink. The second reason I want to persuade to you to drink responsibly is because there are so many effects that alcohol can have on not only your life but on the lives of others. Several years ago in my community, there was a family that goes by the last name of Pack, and they have 2 young children and 2 parents, and one night during the summer of about 2007, they were walking to get ice cream one night. Walking, riding scooters, normal family activities. However, a driver who had had too much alcohol to drink that night was driving under the influence, crossed over the median, 2 lanes of traffic, and hit and killed both Pack children at the same time. So as my family was good friends with the Pack family at the time, this tragic event shook our entire community, and it was just a horrible, horrible experience for the whole town. What people don't really realize is that drinking alcohol and driving under the influence doesn't have just an effect on you, but it has an effect on everyone around you for hundreds of miles. Think about it. The Pack family had extended family across the United States. They were affected by one person who chose to drink too much alcohol, was not responsible, and chose to drive instead of asking for a ride home. The reason I feel so strongly about this and why I want to persuade you to never drink alcohol and drive under the influence of any substance is that these 2 children had lost their lives, and it was of no fault of their own or their parents or any sickness or illness, but it was because someone else had chosen to drink and drive. It was not of any fault of the Pack family or any disease that caused these children to lose their innocent lives. And so I want to give you 3 actions today to persuade you to the reasons as to why it is so important to drink responsibly. First of all, it's most important to follow safe drinking practices. Whether you choose to drink alcohol or not, it's most important to never let anyone add anything to your drinks, to know where your drinks come from, and also to never drink alone. Secondly, I want to emphasize on the importance of not drinking and driving. As I described before, drinking alcohol and driving under the influence of any substance can cause reckless wreck in so many people's lives, including your own, including your friends and your family. And the third action that you can take to understand the importance of why alcohol can have such a big effect on your life is that excuse me. The third action you can take to understand the importance of how alcohol can have such a large effect on your life is that alcohol can physically impair your physical actions and also your physical thoughts, and it's important to really understand and realize how much of an impact that your thoughts and actions that you have while you're intoxicated can have on the people around you. So, in summary, I hope that I know there's no doubt in the room as to the importance of why being responsible while drinking alcohol and never drinking and driving is such an important aspect to society today, and as to why there are so many effects across different connections through your friends and family, and how alcohol can be a negative result in all of your life. And while my speech today was not to persuade you to not drink alcohol, but rather to persuade you to just be a responsible drinker, I hope that you understand how important the aspects of being a responsible drinker really are. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4. Remember all these safe drinking practices when you decide to go out with your friends the next weekend, or the next weekend, or the weekend after that. And I hope that you all understand how much of an impact you can really have when you choose to be a responsible drinker.
Thank you. 6:46.
Hi, my name's Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Well, you could really tell how passionate you were about what you were saying, and that you really genuinely cared about persuading us, and I thought that was really good. And I felt like you knew your speech really well. You slipped up for a second, but other than that, like, I could really tell that you knew what you were saying, and you like had your speech down. So that was really cool.
Thank you, Hannah. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Hi, Alex.
I think you like shift your weight a lot and like kind of like walk back and forth with it, and like, you know, there was no like the power stance. Like, you weren't really in the power stance, so you could improve on that. But like, you were super like passionate, which was really cool.
That's thoughtful, and you'll see that tonight when you watch it on YouTube. Kayla, good topic. And your proof consisted mainly of personal stories. And I would have wished that you hadn't skipped your significance statement where you had statistics and you had your research, because that would have given this speech more credibility. And there's an awful lot of statistics out there about how widespread alcohol is in causing alcohol-related accidents, and how hurtful it is, and how many deaths it causes, and how many injuries it causes. And Mothers Against Drunk Driving, they have a website and so forth. But you skipped your significance statement, and you skipped your, the crux of your support with statistics, and that was unfortunate. The second thing I want to talk about in this speech, just to play devil's advocate for a minute, is you present horrific examples, just awful examples, and you present the personal story of your friend JJ who's paralyzed for life and so forth, and the Pack family that lost their children. And yet at the same time, you still cling, and yet you don't define it, to this idea that we can still moderately drink. And I think that undercut a little bit of your don't drink and drive at all, because some people take the idea, have a safe, have a non-drinker designated driver, so that you don't even let alcohol touch your lips, not, you can have 2 drinks and jump in a car, and I don't know that you were saying that, but, you still wanted to have it both ways in a sense, and I think it would have been stronger if you had not added, I want you to drink responsibly. I just would have left that off and just said, if you're driving, you need to have a designated driver or you don't drink. And be real hard butt about it, given the examples that you presented, which were horrifying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And when you got to the part of the speech when you said you proposed some concrete actions that you wanted people to take, and then what was supposed to come after that was a set of benefits, right? And those were supposed to be, detailed as 1, 2, 3. And those would have been crisper and clear had they been presented in that way. Yeah. But overall, this was still a powerful speech, mainly relying on pathos, the emotional appeal of your examples to get it over. And as your colleagues have said, very good passion in your presentation. Your canais. Be more active during the speech. Move around 3 times. Do not forget any essential parts of the speech. Have a better rhythm and flow to my speech, more tone and volume. How did it go?
With the moving around, I think I overcompensated. I was focused on really trying to make sure I moved 3 times, that I moved much more than 3 times.
Yeah.
And it was shifting my weight a lot, as Alex said. And I didn't remember one of the parts of my speech, so that was something I should still be working on. And then I thought I dealt with the third can I well. So.
Okay, yeah, good. And you got this done. Just remember that support isn't just anecdotal examples, but statistics and hardcore expert opinions can be equally powerful and persuasive in making a case. Okay? Thank you. Okay, that'll bring us to wait a minute, where were we? Okay, Michelle, so we go up here. And Andrew. So now we have Stacey. Hi, Stacey. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Okay, let me get you in focus. There you go. Stacey stands before you, managing attention. Put the phone away. Communicating respect non-verbally. Saying to herself, I respect my audience. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name. Feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi, I'm Stacey.
Hi, Stacey.
We've all heard the cliche saying that dog is man's best friend.
Yeah.
However overused this saying is, I truly believe that it is true. So today, I want to persuade you to all go out and adopt a dog. I will share with you 2 reasons why you should adopt a dog and 3 actions and some benefits that will follow if you perform this. Dogs are wonderful companions. They can become an integral part of your family, and they also provide protection, they can help boost your mood, and they also serve as just great cuddle buddies to curl up with at night. The first reason that I want you all to go out and adopt a dog is that you'll be saving a life. According to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in 2016, every year about 31% of all shelter dogs, or 1.2 million of them, are euthanized because they don't get adopted. Now this is about 28 times the size of UCLA's student body population, or roughly the amount of people living in the whole state of Maine. And this is something that makes me really sad, because these lives don't need to be ended. If you all go out and adopt a dog, you could save one of these lives. In addition, from adopting a dog, you not only save the dog's life, but you also help free up space in the shelter for another dog that may desperately need it. And when you take these dogs home and they become part of your family, you'll just feel all warm and fuzzy inside knowing that you helped save this life. That was the first reason I want you all to adopt a dog. The second reason is you'll gain a best friend and someone who will be there for you always. When I was a sophomore in high school, I adopted my dog from the shelter, Gabby. She's this huge, fluffy St. Bernard mix. She likes to sit on my lap. She weighs like 120 pounds, so it's quite a sight. As soon as I brought her home, we immediately became attached to each other. She follows me around everywhere. We have cuddle sessions on the couch every day. But besides just being my best friend, she's always there for me. When I'm sad or stressed out, she comes over to me and she licks my face and sits in my lap, and it makes me feel better. And actually, over this past Thanksgiving break, I was stressing out about finding a job after I graduate, which is less than 2 weeks. So I was hardcore freaking out, and Gabby came over to me and she nudged my face and she laid on my lap, and I started to pet her, and I felt a lot better. I could actually feel the stress melting away just being around her. So when you adopt a dog, you'll feel it boosts your mood, and you also have a best friend for life. And this is something that just makes me feel really warm and loved, knowing that I can always count on her being there no matter what happens. So those were 2 reasons you should adopt a dog. Now I'm going to tell you 3 actions you can take to achieve this. First, obviously, just go out to your local animal shelter and find the first dog, fuzzy companion that you fall in love with, and take them home. Second, if you're not ready to take on the responsibility of owning a dog, you can volunteer at animal shelters or donate money to them to help out the dogs that are already there. And third, you can take advantage of friends and family's dogs that they may have by dog sitting them.
Phone away, please. Thank you. It's rude. Sorry.
By dog sitting them or walking them, and just reap the benefits of their companionship that way. So by performing these actions, you'll gain several benefits. You'll feel much happier just having a companion with you all the time, and you'll also feel a sense of fulfillment knowing that you helped to save a life that was desperately in need. So in summary, I've shown you 2 reasons you should adopt a dog, and 3 actions and some benefits you can take if you perform these. There should be no doubt in this room that everyone should go out and adopt a dog. So I encourage everyone to go out to your local animal shelter and find your very own man's best friend. Thank you.
419.
Hi, I'm Laura.
Hi, Laura.
I thought your speech was really good. I really liked how with your statistic you compared it to the amount of people in Maine, or some percent of the UCLA population, made it a lot easier to visualize.
Yeah, that's right. What was that?
Hi, I'm Linnea. Great speech. It was very clear, and I could tell that you were really healing to the emotions of the audience, not only our self-interest, but also how we should feel compassionate for these animals. The only thing I would say is maybe use more of the time, and also try not to move your hands as much. But good job.
Okay, good. Stacey, yeah. Did you time it, and were you ever close to 7 minutes, or were you always in the 5 range, 4 range, or how did this go?
It was more of 5-6 minutes.
5-6 minutes. So you thought you were okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just kind of rushed it through a little bit, huh? Yeah. Well, you started with the cliche, even though you admitted it's a cliche about man's best friend, but you acknowledge that it's really true, and you went right into adopt a dog, and you said 2 reasons and 3 actions and benefits, so you got right to the point. Your 6th statement was great and very well argued. On your main body, your support for this was from the ASPCA in 2016, and you mentioned that 1.2 million adoptable dogs are killed each year that enter the shelters. I know we use this word euthanized. It sounds like a haircut. But no, they're killed, aren't they? In the most brutal of ways. And it's not pretty. Yeah. And I like the way you made the statistics real with comparing them to UCLA or to the state of Maine, so they weren't just statistics, but they became real. Saving a dog from death, taking them home desperately, needed a second chance, that sort of thing. And your second reason, you talked about adopting your own dog, Gabby, a Saint Bernard mix. And here I think you could have expanded a little bit more and talked about some adventures you had with him and so forth. But you did get out the idea that he or she is there for you and your downs and your ups and your walks and your so forth. And so it's a very good companion, and you shared with us the idea that you don't have a job, and your dog comforted you in that worrisome time, I guess would be the way to put it. Yeah. Because the dogs are very loyal companions. There's a lot of research about how much dogs understand and why they're such good companions. So I would have included some of that to make the case even stronger. Concrete actions were good. Your benefits, say the word benefits for what will happen if they do it. Summary, conclusion, and tie back were fine. Your canais, do not clasp your hands together, but use regular hand gestures. State how each reason makes you feel, and verbally include citations for the statistics. Cite them, including the date and the page and the author if you can. So how'd that all go? Stacey?
I definitely clasped my hands. I have a really bad habit of doing that. I caught myself a couple of times.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're becoming aware of it. That's good. Yeah.
I cited where the statistic came from.
Yes.
The year. What was the second one?
Don't clasp your hands together. State how the reasons made you feel.
Yeah, I stated how they made me feel. I think reasons.
Yeah, that was good, and then you could have elaborated on that even more. And I wouldn't have minded if you had more than just one source, to bolster your case. But it was a good speech and a good job and a good topic, just a little short, a little light. Okay? Thank you. Okay, that will bring us to la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. That will bring us to a gnat and a gnat.
Not here.
She's not here. Where is she? Anybody know her?
It's a he, and I'm not sure where he is.
Oh, it's a he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is this somebody's study buddy?
I don't think it's anybody's either.
Okay. Any more A's? Anybody want to give a an intro speech or do anything else today?
You didn't call me.
Oh, I didn't call you. Oh, how did I miss you? What's your name?
Michel.
Shoddy?
Michelle.
Michelle. Michelle what?
White.
Oh, way down there at the bottom. Well, I have you as a D, so I'll make you an A, and so I'll live happily ever after. Okay. Shall stand before you, managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally, finding friendly eyes near the front and center, saying your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi everyone, I'm Michel.
Hi, Michel.
So for the past year now, I've been vegan, and it's been a great experience so far. If you don't know what that is, well, it basically means that I don't consume any animal products, including milk, dairy, and eggs, and also I don't wear animal products like fur. And I know that when I start talking about this topic with friends or families, usually they quickly feel like they're being attacked and they feel threatened. So I just want you to know I'm not attacking you. And so just listen with an open mind. And I know being vegan is a crazy change from the standard American diet. So I'm just going to make it a little bit easier for all of you. And I want to persuade you to go vegetarian for 1 week. I will give you the reasons why you should do this, as well as some actions you should take that will make it easier for you during this week, and the benefits you will get from a week of being vegetarian. I know that you will be really interested in hearing what I have to say because, unfortunately, we're not taught about these sorts of issues in school. We're not taught about basic nutrition and how human beings were evolved to eat, whether we need meat in our diet at all. And we're not taught about the animal agricultural industry and what happens behind closed doors. So the first reason that you should consider being vegetarian for 1 week is that it will help you lose weight if you have any excess weight you need to lose. So the well-known Dr. Josh Axe has said before that there's multiple scientific studies showing that vegetarians are healthier, slimmer, and don't have many of the problems that the average American has with being overweight. I feel that most vegetarians are slimmer than the average American because they're just more health conscious in general. They're more likely to also eat organic food and buy non-GMO food as well. And so all of this helps contribute to the fact that you will be leaner as a vegetarian. Now, the second reason that you should consider going vegetarian for just a week is that it will help you avoid financially supporting the toxic animal agricultural industry. Now, that sounds like a mouthful, but it's really no big deal. It just means that you won't be supporting them with your money. The New York Times itself has said that the animal industry is one of the most barbaric and oppressive industries that exist in our modern society. And there's really no denying it, that the animal industry is absolutely terrible to the animals that exist within the industry. If you don't believe me and you don't believe the New York Times, you can go ahead and watch any of the many documentaries that exist, like Cowspiracy and Forks Over Knives, where people have secretly gone inside of animal factories and video recorded how animals are treated in those factories until they die. And also I believe that once you see these kinds of videos, there's no way you can financially support them with your money anymore. Every time you buy something, your dollar is sort of like a vote, and you're voting for what kind of world you want to live in. So when you buy meat, you're supporting the animal industry and everything that they do to these animals. So in summary, I will now give you a couple actions you can take so that you can smoothly transition to being a vegetarian for a week. First, you can talk to your friends and family members and tell them that you want to be vegetarian for a week. And that way they sort of have you as a support system so that even when you want to quit, they'll be there backing you up and sort of supporting you through this week-long journey. The next thing you can do is go to a vegetarian restaurant like Veggie Grill or the Native Foods. And you can eat anything on this menu. It's all vegan and vegetarian. And so you won't feel limited, and you'll see how easy and yummy it can be to be vegetarian. The last thing you can do is take out all the meat out of your fridge and give it away to a shelter or to your friends and family members so that you won't have that constant reminder of the meat you can't eat for this week. And it'll really help it make it a lot easier for you to avoid making excuses for yourself and consuming meat. So some of the benefits that you'll get by being vegetarian for a week is that you'll feel better. Not only will you physically feel better because your body is healthier and you're putting less junk into your body, but also you'll feel better psychologically and emotionally because, like I mentioned, you're no longer supporting a terrible industry. So, in conclusion, I have given you 2 reasons why you should consider going vegetarian for a week. I've given you a couple of actions that you can take to make it easier for yourself, and I've given you some of the benefits you will get through this week-long journey. There should be no doubt in this room that you should strongly consider being vegetarian for a week. And just a couple of years ago, I was eating the standard American diet as well. I was eating meat every single day, and I never imagined that I could be vegetarian, much less vegan. But here I am today giving a speech about vegetarianism. So if I can do it, so can you. Give it a shot. Thank you.
Thank you. 6:26. Very good. Okay, where do we leave off?
Hi everyone, I'm Dolly. I thought your speech was very credible considering the fact that you are a vegan yourself. And you were very comfortable with it, so it really engaged us.
Back row.
Hi, I'm Lily.
Hi, Lily.
I really liked your speech. I especially liked the part where you kind of challenged us to go out and watch it ourselves. Kind of makes it more credible so we can see for ourselves that it's true. Other than that, I don't really have. Sometimes your hand gestures are really distracting rather than that.
Okay, thank you, Lily. Michel, this was a good speech, a little off the beaten path, and I think a very wise speech. I've had this speech given many times in the last 38 years in a variety of ways. Some people urge people to go vegetarian totally, not for a week, not for a day, but cold turkey. I don't know, no pun intended, but you know, give up all bacon, give up all beef, just give it up. And I don't think that's so wise. I think that, you know, you do this in baby steps. If you try it a week and it seems to be okay and you don't die and you can work it out, then maybe it'll work. So maybe that's a good persuasive strategy. So let's talk first about your intro. It was a personalized intro where you said, hey, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a vegetarian, I'm one of those people, and I'm not here to convert you, and don't be afraid of me, and this kind of thing. So that was kind of cute, and I'm not attacking you for eating meat, so don't be afraid of me. So that was all good, and not, you tried to disarm your audience, so I liked that. That was good. So your thesis was eat it for a week, and actions and benefits worked well. Sixth statement, not taught in schools, good. Good appeal, you'll lose weight if you're eating less meat. That's a good appeal to your audience. Everyone wants to drop a few pounds, so that was a good appeal. I would have put a little bit more in about how awful this toxic animal agricultural industry is, a few of the horribles. You make allusion to the fork and the other knife in some of the documentaries, but they document extreme cruelty, and you can mention in a sentence or two just how bad it is. Yeah. Give some more details. Your concrete actions were good. You publicly announced you're doing it so that there's no getting out of it. You mentioned native foods. I eat there a couple of times a week. And I think it helps to, I don't think people know that vegetarian food can be delicious and well prepared, and you don't even know you're eating vegetarian food. You know, you think, because some people think, oh, it's just lettuce with nothing on it, and I'm going to die, and it's going to be boring. And these places like Native Food and Veggie Grill, they have, especially native foods, they really have, you know, a unique set of offerings that you never get bored with the food. So that was a good call. I also like take the meat out of the refrigerator. Yeah, that was good. Avoid temptation, yes. Benefits, you strongly stressed the word. That was excellent. Your summary was good. Your conclusion and tie back were fine. Your canais, continue to practice walking around the front of the room to get more comfortable. Include all aspects of sticky success to speech, i.e. concrete, unexpected, simple. We'll go through that in a second. Speak at a good volume. How'd it go?
Yeah, it went well. So I wanted to walk like this way for my first reason and this way for my other reason, and I did that.
Yeah.
And for the sticky things,
Yeah.
I think I had concrete actions. I think the speech was simple, so
Yeah.
that's all I did.
What was unexpected?
Well, I don't know, maybe just the topic itself. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't talk about that.
Yeah, okay. Good. And I think that the only thing I would just say is for credibility, of your own credibility, you had your own credibility because you weren't asking people to do something that you haven't done. You say, I'm walking the walk too. And I thought that was good, but you could have cited a little bit more evidence to bolster your case. Yeah, it was good. And it wasn't too abstract, so you kept it concrete. So it was good. So you did a good job, Michelle. Thank you. Any more A's that I missed? Okay, I guess our work is done for the day. Return with honor. Don't forget your speaker paper and final is due Thursday.
I see my grade.
You see your grade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last time.
Look at others.
No, because last time, like, you didn't have my introduction speech in there, even though I did it, so I just wanted to make sure.
I didn't have your what?
My introduction speech, you said.
What's your name?
Alex Croce.
Alex Trebek?
Croce. C-R-O-C.
Yeah, okay, I have it in there now.
You have it in there now? Alright, sweet. That's fine.
Oh, you're fine.
I forgot to give these to you before my speech.
Okay,
They're just
thank
film,
you.
the
I'll
film speech
add them in.
Michelle.
Michaela.
Yes, that's me. It's okay.
And this is for my Facebook.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Question. On the date of the final, are we going to be able to do the speeches that we haven't done?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
What haven't you done?
Well, my intro speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to do it today too, but my study buddy's not here.
Yeah.
Dragged on.
If we run out of time, you're just going to submit the outline of it, and I'll give you credit for it.
Okay. Okay.
And for the speaker essay, can we do that on a club meeting? Would that count?
That's kind of weak.
Week? Okay.
What's a club meeting, like your fraternity?
No.
Your sorority?
It's for Project Sunshine.
You having trouble finding a live speaker? Yeah. Well, you go to TED Talks, you know.
TED Talks? Does it have to be a certain amount of time?
Yeah, it should be a good hour speech.
A good hour speech.
And they're shorter, so maybe you'll find something longer.
Okay.
Go to YouTube.
I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
Welcome, bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.